Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. I haven't posted it in some time, but I wanted to just get back on here and start posting my analysis every single week, and I will stay consistent now. So let's go into it. So what we can see, let's just put this to the side and really focus on what's going on with GBP JPY. So around 3, 4 weeks ago, we saw a push into 200, and then we pushed all the way to the downside, retesting these highs, of 192, right? This was a lot of consolidation, a lot of indecision. Price came back into this area and rejected this area, showing us that there was a lot of buying power at 192. We continued momentum the next week. And not only that, we closed above 197.500, which is a nice quarterly level. Since we are so bullish on the weekly time frame and the way our last two candles have shown bullish momentum, it doesn't make sense for me to be looking for sells unless this week we get a bearish engulfing and potentially then we can start looking for some sells. Going on the daily time frame, what could we see? I can see that obviously we are bullish as well. We have closed above 195. We tapped into 195, left a huge wick to the downside, wicks, wicks, wicks. So momentum continued the following day, right? And we continued and we closed above this area. After I saw this candle, I said, you know what? We have broken above this area of resistance. This was a strong area which we have closed above. Now it makes sense to start looking for buys, especially since we have closed above 197.500, which is a nice quarterly level. Right, so then I went down on the 4 hour time frame and I saw buying pressure from this area once, and I saw another lit wick into this zone, showing me buying pressure, showing me that buyers are in control and that we are respecting this area. After I saw this 4 hour candle, I looked at the hourly. I believe it was the 30 minute actually. Yes, it was the 30 minute. And I saw a rejection of this 50 MA, and I saw another engulfing. After I saw this engulfing here, I said now it's time to start looking for some buys. I took an entry and my stops were below these 4 hour lows right here to give it some breathing room, and my TP is up here. I am not really certain with the TP. That's the only thing. Reason being is because of this huge wick on the left-hand side. Price obviously, left a huge wick and buyers lost momentum. So for me to have a TP up here is not the, most probable TP. But in this case, that's the only place I could really put it, right? I could put it somewhere in the middle, but I just left it into these highs of 200 since every time frame is bullish. And when price got around here, I moved my stop loss to break even because my entry was here. So now I'm at break even. The reason being is because, as I mentioned, lots of selling pressure. We could just, leave a weekly wick into this area and drop to the downside. So I am protecting my risk, I'm protecting my account, I'm protecting my balance by moving my stop loss to break even. So I can show you all the trade I am in right now. Is this one right here. You know, right now I'm just looking at it on an intraday time frame. There's not much PA to base off in the past right now. So it's just looking at where we are right now, and I can see we are respecting 198,500. We had a wick, we had another rejection, a close rejection again, and another rejection, another rejection. It seems we are not breaking below that area. If we close below, I think we may respect this previous structural point on the 4 hour time frame before we do push to the upside. Again, as I mentioned, because of the selling pressure here, I am cautious, and my stop loss is currently at break even. Simple, nothing complicated. Yep. So that's GBP JPY US30. I took two trades. No, sorry, I never took two trades actually. I have actually been forward testing US30 to see if it is a good pair for me. So I'm just currently forward testing it, and recently it's been going well. When I mean forward testing, I basically mean that I am not taking the trade. I know it's obviously much more useful taking the trade, but I'm just seeing if, this pair fits my personality and my style of trading. So currently I'm just, at the moment where I think there's a trade, I would just put this there and, act like I've taken the trade and see what happens. And so far it's been good. Just to show everyone what I've been thinking, we had this nice doji to the downside, respecting this area of support. Then we saw a shift in momentum to the upside, buyer pressure came up. we pushed up, but that's not really it. What really made me buy was the daily. The daily obviously broke structure. We were forming lower high, lower high, lower highs, and we broke above this area with a strong daily candle. We continued momentum, continued momentum. If you can see this high right here, which was a prominent area of resistance, price closed above in this daily candle, and it was a strong closure above. After I saw that, it gave me leeway to scale down into the 4 hour time frame. When I went down into the 4 hour time frame, I saw this little sign of rejection, and I said, you know what, let's go to the 30 minutes since the 4 hour is respecting the strong area of resistance. When I came into this area and I saw consolidation, I wanted price to come above this area. And when I saw, I think coming down on the 15-minute time frame or a low time frame, and I saw we broke these highs, I took the trade because we broke the highs. The 4 hours respecting it. It's a nice strong level, so I took that entry. There was a lot of confirmations. There was also a nice break and retest of this area of intraday resistance, and we pushed up. And similarly, it was quite a similar trade I took here as well. Forward tested is that this was a nice area of support, previous area of resistance as well. What did price do? We respected it, we respected it again, and then we had this prominent wick into this area. After I saw this wick, I said, you know what, we've respected it 3 times. There's a lot of buying pressure here, and we're struggling to break below 139,400. And so what I did was I went down to the 30-minute time frame, and I saw this strong engulfing. After I saw this engulfing and this huge wick, I took a trade and I put my stop below this wick, and I took my TP up to the next area of resistance, which was here. Currently, what I've seen, is it looks like we're forming a left head, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The 4 hours broken structure now. We are also respecting the strong area of resistance of 4,000. Daily respected it, tapped into it, had a nice strong engulfing out of 4,000. So for me, if we can come back into 4,000 and form a right shoulder, and 4 hour can respect 4,000, I am going to be looking for some short-term sells into our little structural area here or even down here. But of course, daily's bullish, weekly's bullish, so I'm definitely bullish overall. But I may take a short-term sell to the downside if this can hold, or you can even take a more conservative trade and wait for the break and the retest of these lows and take a nice intraday sell to the downside, which would be a much more higher probability scenario, since it's more conservative. Nas, yeah, I'm also forward testing Nas. Not much been going on there, There's not really near an area of interest, a strong area of interest. I was looking for a retest here. We didn't really get it. So yeah, not much going there. Not much really going on in EJ as well. Gold. Gold, I missed my entry around here. I kind of thought, we're gonna come and stab into this area. We did slightly, we consolidated, we had an engulfing, we had a doji we had a wick to the downside, a wick to the downside, and momentum continued up into this area of resistance. We tapped, bodies closed below, bodies closed below, bodies closed below 2,400. Now I'm looking for price to come into 2,400 and potentially the bodies to close above it with a nice wick into this area, which can give me indication to start scaling down onto the hourly or 30-minute time frame to start looking for some buys into 2,440 or even to newer highs around. You can use a Fibonacci maybe and see whether minus 27 or minus, where the price can pump up to. So that's that. AUR USD, I'm not really a fan of this. It's just there on my thing, but I don't really trade this. It's clearly bullish, clearly bullish, forming higher highs and higher lows on the daily time frame. On the 4 hour as well, it's sort of just consolidating. It's quite sideways. What I would want if I was looking for buys, I would maybe want price to, close above these bodies right here. Price to potentially engulf above. Yep, I would want price to come above, retest this area, and then I can look for buys. On the daily time frame, what would that look like? It would look like a nice engulfing, it would look like a nice engulfing candle. And then if we do maybe get another daily candle above, showing 2 candles have closed above this area, I can maybe wait for that third candle to dab in with a wick, and that would look like an engulfing on the 4 hour or a break of structure on the hour time frame, and I will look for buys to the upside. And that is my breakdown Please do let me know if it is helpful to anyone. Please leave a comment below. And yeah, I'm just documenting my journey. I'm still on this journey of, um, retiring my mother and, breaking out in trading. So I'm just documenting my analysis. And I believe it helps me psychologically as well. And also is good for me to refer back to just documenting it on YouTube. So if it does help, please do subscribe and please do drop a like button. Thank you very much. I hope you all have a great trading week, a great trading month, a great trading year.